Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the commencement ceremony of Zaragoza Logistics Center. We'll start in a minute, but I would like to remind that the celebration will combine both languages, Spanish and English. There is no simultaneous translation, so please view the language details on the program. Remember that you can use the chat to interact with our students during the commencement ceremony. Thank you. Buenas tardes a todos y bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación de Zaragoza Logistics Center. Comenzaremos en breves momentos, pero antes me gustaría recordar que la ceremonia combinará ambos idiomas, inglés y español. No va a haber traducción simultánea, por lo que pueden revisar el programa para ver los detalles del idioma de cada intervención. Recuerden que pueden usar el chat durante la ceremonia de graduación para interactuar con nuestros estudiantes. Gracias. Muy buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos los que estáis conectados para asistir a la entrega de los diplomas y certificados de los principales programas educativos impartidos en el Zaragoza Logistics Center, instituto de investigación promovido por el Gobierno de Aragón, la Universidad de Zaragoza y el Instituto Tecnológico de Massachusetts. Nos hubiera gustado que esta cita hubiera tenido lugar como cada año en el majestuoso Paraninfo de la Universidad de Zaragoza. Sin embargo, debido a la situación actual que nos ha tocado vivir este año, nos hemos visto obligados a realizar dicho acto de forma virtual. Hoy asistimos a la clausura de 3 programas. Comenzamos por los más veteranos de todos ellos, el máster en Dirección de Supply Chain, con 27 estudiantes de 6 países como México, Argentina, Panamá, Italia y Vietnam, impartido en castellano y que ya ha alcanzado con éxito su 19ª promoción. Y el MIT Zaragoza Master of Engineering in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, que conmemora su 16ª promoción en la tarde de hoy. Fue novedad hace 2 años y este año 2020 ha supuesto su consolidación con la 3ª promoción, el formato semipresencial del máster en colaboración con MIT, graduando esta tarde a 14 alumnos de 13 nacionalidades como Egipto, Líbano, Rusia o Estados Unidos. Hoy es un día muy importante para todos ellos y me gustaría dar mi más sincera enhorabuena a los 61 estudiantes por el camino realizado este último año y agradecerles especialmente su paciencia y comprensión estos últimos meses, que sin duda no han sido nada fáciles para ninguno de nosotros. Dicho esto, me gustaría destacar que a partir de hoy formáis parte oficialmente de la familia de ZLC en calidad de graduados y quién sabe, igual alguno de vosotros participáis en futuras graduaciones como invitados de honor. Ahora sí, comenzamos con el discurso de apertura de la ceremonia de graduación de ZLC, con la intervención de la profesora, doctora y directora de Zaragoza Logistics Center, Susana.
Presidenta de la Fundación Zaragoza Logistics Center, autoridades civiles, académicas y militares, graduados, familias y asistentes, señoras y señores, buenas tardes a todos. Mi más sincera felicitación a los recién graduados. Please let me continue in English. The great day we've all been expecting is now upon us. My congratulations on the 16th promotion of the CLOG, 3rd of the CLOG Blended, and 19th of the MDSC. How could we ever have imagined a virtual graduation when the academic year began in 2019? Or that we were going to be immersed in the greatest pandemic of the last century? However, your commitment and talent had to be recognized. We couldn't ignore all the activity, academic achievement, and effort during these 10 months of training. ZLC welcomed you to our facilities, and in the months we were able to work together on site, we could go to social events such as the get-together in October or our traditional Christmas toast, invaluable lasting memories of the entire community of ZLC. ZLC's activity during this year has continued to grow. Throughout the academic year, ZLC has signed various agreements with institutions to extend our network of contacts and expand the internationalization of the center. An example of this are the agreements with Motorland Aragon, Christiana University in Norway, Africa Resource Center, and UNO, Association of Shippers Employers in Spain, among others. In the academic field, more than 350 people from all over the world have benefited from the different ZLC training programs, master's, executive training, doctoral program, and PhD summer academy. We continue to occupy first-order positions in the national rankings, and once again, the masters taught within the Scale network occupy the first position in EdUniversal's international ranking. At the same time, we have reinforced collaboration with other centers in the Scale network, offering executive training to the Scale Center in Colombia and offering a new master itinerary, the GSEM, Global Supply Chain Master, together with the Scale Center in Malaysia and CTL in Boston, beginning this next semester. Also in the field of research, ZLC continues to position itself as the first Spanish entity in the number of logistics projects obtaining European calls, and the commitments and contracts with the private company continue to grow, as is the case of projects with Correos or Adidas. Of course, all the work and success achieved by ZLC couldn't have been undertaken without the unconditional support of each and every one of the Board of Trustees that make up the foundation, the Government of Aragon, Ibercaja, University of Zaragoza, and last but not least, MIT, with whom this year, the fourth addendum extending our agreement until 2030 was successfully renegotiated. Our participation in international events and congresses highlights ZLC's commitment to broaden and extend international ties, such as the Moscow International Logistics Summit or the European Supply Chain and Logistics Summit in Amber, and also to boost regional momentum, such as the case of our active participation in the Technical Committee Pharma Hub, which aims to locate a reference hub in the logistics environment of Zaragoza. And of course, many other activities in which ZLC had planned to participate before the unwelcome arrival of COVID-19 and forced us into lockdown. A period that has been hard, and where what we've missed the most has not been material things, but in interpersonal relationships, a hug from a loved one or a family gathering. Some terrible, tragic times for the loss of so many thousands of people, and in particular of our alumni, Jorge Burdeos, whom we will always remember as such a great person. Perhaps we should take a positive reading from this situation and think about how the world has the potential to change for the better from now on. Let's think about what we can do to improve it. Now, you, our most recent graduates, have the knowledge, tools, and talent. You have the key to professionally contribute to the improvement of logistics chains, key to survival in this time of pandemic and the aftermath. Here at ZLC, we also have a long way to go. We have to face a new academic year full of uncertainty in the face of a world without a vaccine. Of course, we will get there, always investing in the same high energy ideals in our projects to reach the top. Always through teamwork and thanking each of the staff and faculty for their great work. I would like to especially thank Gustavo Burger, Senior Vice President Operations, EMEA, APAC, and LATAM at the Kraft Heinz Company, our guest speaker, for accepting from the outset the offer to come to Zaragoza for the graduation ceremony. And finally, I want to offer my sincere thanks to all the graduates who, from today, become part of this great ZLC family. I wish you a brilliant professional career. Many thanks.
Without any doubt, this year will go down in the history of CLC. Muchísimas gracias, Susana Val, por ese excelente repaso sobre la actividad de ZLC en el último año, que a pesar de las dificultades ha seguido creciendo. A continuación, llega el momento de presentarles al ponente de honor de este año. Se trata de Gustavo Burger, vicepresidente senior de operaciones en Kraft Heinz. Awarded as one of the most influential voices of supply chain in Europe, GBurger, keynote speaker of this year's commencement ceremony, leads the end-to-end supply chain operations for Europe, the Middle East and Africa, Asia-Pacific and Latin American regions at Kraft Heinz, the fifth largest food and beverage company in the world. Gustavo, the floor is yours.
Distinguished members of the MIT Zaragoza Learning Center, fellow colleagues and professors, Class of Master in Dirección in Supply Chain 19th promotion, Class of Master Engineering and Logistics and Supply Chain Management 3rd and 16th promotion. Thanks for having me here today. I feel very humble to be part of such an important moment in your lives. Being here today with sharing some of the ideas and thoughts I would like to have heard when I was there is a true fulfilling moment for me as well. Thanks for that. First of all, congratulations, class 19 and 20. You came a long way, and this is a remarkable moment. Today, I'm not going to talk about supply chain. I wouldn't dare to discuss with you and to share ideas with such an audience. And for sure, you will be teaching me much more that I could possibly share. I confess that when I received this invitation, I thought about the very few things that I could share that truly made a difference in my life. And these are only 4 things. Very straightforward, I promise, only 4 things. When this invite came a few months back, since today, the world completely turned upside down to this pandemic. And then I think to myself, well, maybe it's an idea to start sharing a bit of my learnings and how we came over this pandemic together with the team. But as I read again my thoughts, my initial thoughts that I have put back there, I realized that these 4 things are the truly driving force that make me and my team to overcome the situation. In these very unprecedented times, these 4 things are the only ones for me that truly matters in life, making the difference in our relationships as human beings, and I refer to them as the positive cycle. They are happiness, learning, purpose, and people. Let me start with my lifeline. I was born and raised in Brazil in a family of 4 siblings. Since at a very young age, my mother and my uncle, they founded what is today the largest sporting goods retailer company in Latin America. Until I was 23rd, my entire life was all about this family business, day in and day out. My mother actually didn't have where to put myself and my brothers, so she decided always to take us to the stores or to the warehouse. And I think actually that's where my passion from supply chain came from. At a certain point in time, she was for more than 20 years in this business together with my uncle. She decided to leave, to pursue her own interests, to pursue a different life than the corporate life. And this process was super disruptive. I learned from a very young age that the most sensitive part of the human body is the pocket. It was super disruptive in my family, in their relationship with my uncle, and the other uncles that I had, that I still have in the family. From that moment onwards, I decided to pursue my own life. I decided to pursue my own career. And out of the 4 things that I mentioned to you, that's the first big lesson I had in life: happiness. Happiness is never a destination. Don't you ever put yourself in a position that I'm gonna be happy only when I get there. Only when I get the promotion, only when I succeed in the position, or only when I buy something, or I buy a house, or I buy a car. Happiness is always the way, is never a destination. Enjoy the ride. It needs to be much more fun than when we get there. Most of the times I enter in meetings, discussions, and I see a lot of people trying to win the discussion, trying to be right, to make the point. Do the opposite. Be happy. If a situation or if a problem doesn't solve the way you were thinking initially, it doesn't mean that it's gonna go wrong. It's gonna go right, but it's gonna go right in a different way. And get used to that. Be happy instead of be right. It's much simpler. Work with something that we truly love, and I can guarantee to you, you're never gonna work in your life. And that's what happened to me. When I decided to pursue my own life after leaving the family business, actually, I didn't know exactly what to do. I had a strong passion to do something very different, to take risk, and to join a company that I would connect really well in terms of culture and in terms of ambitions. At that time, the merge between Ambev and Interbrew in Belgium came, and InBev, which was the company, became a great reference in Brazil for people to join, especially because of their culture. And I decided to try, but actually I didn't know how to get there. I didn't know anyone in the company. I just wanted to do it. So I decided to take a slightly different path. I entered in the website of the company and I went to their IR page. I realized that there was a contact there. And the contact was always the first name, dotted the second name at inbev.com. I thought, well, this might be the same for everyone. And then I went to the management team page. I decided to send an email to the CEO of the company. I wrote Brito one email, and a very important thing, I didn't ask him a job. I just asked him an opportunity to talk. Only that. It was a very simple email asking him an opportunity to talk. Guess what? 3 days after, my phone rings. It was Brito, the CEO of the company. He started the conversation saying, "Hey, Gustavo, you asked me to talk, a minute to talk." I said, "Yes." Oh, I was super surprised. I couldn't ever imagine that the CEO of the company would call me for that. And I shared with him my background, my family business experience, and my dream to do something very different and to transform people's life. He said, "Well, Gustavo, I liked a lot the conversation. I like your profile. I'll make sure that my people guy connects to you and put you through one of the processes that we have today in recruitment." And I joined the company through that process. Remember, I never asked a job. I only asked an opportunity to talk. And it was granted. Probably he got many job asks in his life. And here comes the second thing I would like to share with you today. The first was happiness. The second one is learning. Become the machine learning yourself in life. Be curious. Ask the right questions. The only thing that you can truly capitalize over time is knowledge. It's not money. It's not your position. It's not what you're doing for business. It's your knowledge. It's all about being better every day. It's a relentless pursuit of self-efficiency. It's a very positive cycle. The more you learn, the more you ask yourself questions, the more you deliver, the better you get. And this is super positive. This learning process and this learning journey, mistakes are welcome. Mistakes are always welcome on the table. Create an environment where people can trust, where learning and development is the center and the core of everything, will make you learn faster and more. This is one of the biggest and most important learnings I had at ABI. They are an obsession machine of doing better every day. But you know, after 8 years I was at ABI, I did all sorts of roles in supply chain, from procurement to manufacturing to distribution to planning. I was doing super well there, a strong track records. I became a partner at ABI at the age of 28 years old. And this is a big deal because then your variable compensation and variable scheme is completely different than the others. And you become a selective group of people that join the senior leadership team. I was doing absolutely amazing there. And I was in Dominican Republic. ABI has a business there. And I was there working in procurement and my phone rang. It was the chairman of a private equity firm in Brazil called GP Investment Group. This private equity, they just acquired at that time a significant stake in my family business that I left a few years back. And he was asking me to come back to that business. It was probably one of the most difficult decisions that I had in life. I decided to leave ABI after more than 8 years. And honestly, today, I left because it was something much more than a simple phone call. And this is the third thing I'm going to talk about today. Remember, happiness, learning, and here comes the third, purpose. Team, find a real purpose in life, in business, that truly makes you wake up every morning smiling and enjoying. Salary, titles, positions, I can guarantee to you all, this is the biggest mistake that the corporate environment have created in life. Don't you ever make a decision about your life or an opportunity based on these things. They are always a consequence. They are never the cause. Don't you ever work for a salary. Don't work for a company. Don't work for a position. Work for a purpose. This is the most important thing. It's not about a mission. Purpose is much broader than that. Purpose, they evolve over time. And let them evolve, let them change. And they have the incredible capacity to transform the way you connect with others and build trust on something that is going to be always much bigger than yourself. I can guarantee to you all that if tomorrow, for whatever reason, I don't have this fancy position and title next to my name, a great portion of the contact list in my phone today will ever pick up my phone call again. That's a bit sad. Yes, it is. But that's true. And that's life for all of us. So make sure that you work on something that lasts, that impacts people's life, that you can be very proud of, because then you increase the chances of people calling you. It's not because they want the business or because they have any interest on this. It's because you really made a difference in their lives. Find your purpose, and more important, follow your heart. The decision to come back to Brazil was not a position driven. I was resolving a problem with myself. And for me, this was truly fulfilling. That adventure, I would call it this way, didn't last for long. It was about 2 years. I had an issue, a personal issue to settling back in Brazil with my family. But it was so fulfilling to me to come back for that purpose. And my purpose was to rebuild the relationship with my families and my beloved ones. And this is for me paid back big time. This for me was super important. After that, I joined BRF, which is one of the largest poultry business globally. And there, I had the opportunity to lead the end-to-end supply chain business for Brazil. And I can tell you, to manage a livestock business at that magnitude in Brazil, which is a continent by itself, is an amazing challenge. And there, I had the fourth, and probably one of the most important lessons since now in my life, which is people. So we start with happiness, then learning, then the purpose, and now the people. As Michael Jordan used to say, the talent wins the game, the teamwork wins the championship. It's all about your ability to make people around you way more successful than yourself, especially your team. There is nothing more powerful in life and in a team than diversity of thoughts and co-creation. And to get there, make sure you're going to always recruit and retain people that are better than you. There is no better environment to promote and to flourish innovation than diversity. And this is not about listening to others, but truly hearing different viewpoints and make the decision process a process from all of them. Great people, they have the vision to see what must be done, and they have the courage to do it. Leadership is not about having the answers, being the boss or the decision taker, but asking the right questions, listening and creating an environment of trust. Today, leading one of the largest supply chain food business globally with more than 13,000 people, $4 billion cost base, 40 factories, 18 different cultures, many different people. I can tell you for sure, my business today is not about distribution centers. It's not about trucks. It's not about automation, innovation. It's not about sourcing. It's not about direct to consumer. It's about people, people, and people. Put people always in the center of every decision you make. Absolutely nothing gives me more pleasure than seeing my team and other colleagues growing and replicating this concept. Pay it forward yourself. Probably someone already did it for you, or someone will do it from now onwards. And do that for the others as well. Join the movement of developing the future and putting people first always. You're gonna be only great as the quality of your team. With that team, be happy. Learn as much as you can. Become a machine learning yourself. Live for a true purpose in life and put people always in the center of everything that you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your inspiring speech, Gustavo, and for sharing your personal experience with our students. I would like to highlight your quote, "Happiness is always the way, not the destination." Muchísimas gracias, Gustavo Burger, por compartir con todos nosotros su experiencia. Bueno, pues llega ahora la razón de ser de este acto, el momento más importante para profesores, alumnos, familiares y amigos que nos acompañan hoy de forma virtual. Es la entrega de diplomas y placas, así que comenzaremos primero con los alumnos del máster en dirección de Supply Chain. Para ello, requerimos la presencia de su director, Miguel Ángel García.
Gracias, Sira. Autoridades, invitados, Students of International Programs, queridos alumnos. Decía el filósofo inglés Bertrand Russell que el hombre prudente solo piensa en las dificultades cuando tiene algún objeto. En caso contrario, piensa en otra cosa. Ciertamente, pocos, por no decir ninguno de nosotros, podíamos imaginar allá por el mes de septiembre, cuando todos empezábamos con tanta ilusión, con tantos nervios, lo que nos esperaba, ni su impacto, su desgraciado impacto sobre la sociedad y la vida de las personas. Por cuantificarlo en el área que mejor conocemos, en el área de la cadena de suministro, os voy a aproximar unos datos recientemente publicados en la prestigiosa revista The Economist. El número de pasajeros en Heathrow ha disminuido en un 97% en cifras interanuales. El 21% de los viajes transpacíficos de contenedores durante el mes de mayo han sido cancelados. Se estima que la reducción en el comercio mundial de bienes puede andar entre el 10 y el 30% a lo largo de este año. Así como un dato concreto, durante los 10 primeros días del mes de mayo, las exportaciones de Corea del Sur, país que indudablemente es una potencia comercial, cayeron en un 46% interanual, registrando la peor caída desde que comenzaron los registros en 1967. Bueno, pues aunque no lo parezca, no he venido a lanzar un mensaje pesimista, todo lo contrario. He venido a lanzar un mensaje optimista. Y es que nunca la mar en calma ha hecho buenos marineros. Y hoy certificamos que 28 personas habéis adquirido competencias avanzadas en gestión de la cadena de suministro. Y sin duda, estas competencias, junto con la resiliencia que habéis demostrado desde que a mediados de marzo tuvimos que cambiar el programa a un formato online, os ponen en una situación privilegiada para afrontar los muchos retos que tenemos por delante. Y es que vais a ser partícipes activos de una auténtica revolución. Van a ser necesarias cadenas de suministro más flexibles. Habrá que diseñar procesos de relocalización. Habrá que replantearse toda la política de gestión de inventarios, que ya se está poniendo en tela de juicio. Bien, pues para todos estos análisis vais a estar vosotros. Para toda esta revolución, la sociedad va a poder contar con vosotros. Dejemos, por tanto, de lado el pesimismo. Contad sin lugar a dudas con que tendréis a vuestro lado a vuestros profesores, a vuestros tutores, a todos los que componemos el staff del Zaragoza Logistics Center y, por supuesto, a toda la red de exalumnos de la que hoy, a partir de hoy, paséis a formar parte. Y recordad, parafraseando a Serón, que cuanto mayor es la dificultad, mayor es la gloria. Bueno, pues a continuación llega el momento más emotivo de este acto, que es la entrega de los diplomas a nuestros estudiantes. Va a ser un acto de entrega virtual, pero no por ello pues menos emotivo y menos merecido, porque realmente, y más este año con todas las dificultades que hemos vivido, es de destacar el esfuerzo realizado y los logros conseguidos por todos nuestros alumnos, a los cuales paso a continuación a enumerar. María Aguilar, Cristina Vandrés, Arturo Bell, Franco Benítez, María Ciprián, Elena Díaz, Jorge Dieste, Álvaro Esteras, Fernando Gallardo, Alejandro Gascón, Manuel Gresa, Emilia Isola, José Luis Lapetra, Ana Martín, Pedro Monge, Pedro Muniesa, Gregorio Mur, Pedro Navarro, Antonio Olona, Cristian Pina, Ignacio Puente, Rafael Rodríguez Ferro, Pío Sábato, María Saldaña, Miguel Santiago, José Carlos Tapia y finalmente Nu Bu Tui. Muchísimas felicidades a todos.
Gracias, Miguel. Proseguimos con la entrega de diplomas. A continuación, rogamos la presencia de la directora de los Másters Internacionales, Marta Romero.
Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today on this special occasion, even if from afar and virtually. First of all, let me congratulate all of our graduates. Well done, you guys. And now, if you allow me, sea lovers, sitting here at home today, I have mixed feelings. Feelings of sadness, because this is not the graduation ceremony we envisioned, of all of us celebrating together, students, families, faculty members and staff, and institutional guests. And knowing that we will not be able to say goodbye in person, it's very, very hard. Who would have thought that March 13th would be the last time we see each other at the center? But also feelings of joy, because it means that you managed to complete all the grade requirements, some very tough courses, very challenging and demanding projects, and you're graduating today. Your hard work, your commitment, your sacrifice, and your resilience have paid off. It is a big accomplishment. You should be proud of yourself. Our faculty members have done an outstanding job at switching to online education in a matter of one day, with some difficulties at the beginning, sure, but delivering academic excellence in teaching and advising, not just this past 2 months, but the whole academic year. You can count ourselves lucky because we were able to go to MIT in January as planned, but that was a truly amazing experience for you and your Scale classmates. We know you will excel in your careers as supply chain leaders. Maybe it will take longer than anticipated, but you know we will. Your skills and your expertise will be so demanded after this pandemic is over. And today, as you graduate, you're a member in your own right of our impressive alumni networks. Let me say that given the current circumstances, what I feel most grateful for is that every one of you is safe, as it was our utmost priority, knowing that most of you have been in Zaragoza for this whole time, living far away from home, living on your own in some cases and not speaking the language. We hope that you found comfort and affection in your families and friends, but also in your classmates and in the CLOC team, as these were unprecedented times of uncertainty and anxiety. You know, it is okay not to have all the right answer now. And now, just remember the jokes, the laughs, the good memories, the countless coffees and tortillas at Cuaras, Huepincho in El Tubo, parties, the team spirit and the bond you created. Count on us to have you back in Zaragoza for an in-person celebration soon enough. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay sharp, and hold on to your dreams, as one just came true now. You will be surely missed. And now, let me introduce to you our graduates. Gala Priscila Andrade Avelar, María Fernanda Barragán Guadalupe, César Camargo, Diego Díaz dos Santos, Aditya Ghosh, Luisa Goldani, Dipaksi Jain, Sneha James, Rohit Ramachandra Kamal, Álvaro Lerma, Paul Lima Liechtenstein, Juan Pablo Medrano, Claudia Navarro Losada, Kem Singh Negi, Said Mohammad Mohsin Raza Rizvi, Fidel Eduardo Rodríguez Ramírez, Isabela Gómez Roque, Jorge Ros, Juan Pablo Salazar, and Carlos Alfredo Esterín Paredes. And for the blended class, Karim Abdel Fattah Abdelasim Abdelmanem, Mahmoud Esham El Arabi, Cody Fritz, Sai Chao Hu, Hema Ola Pandeshwara, Ekaterina Lishenko, Karim Rashid Masihi, Rodolfo Licita Pinto, Brigida María Raimondi Cominesi, Isabel Alexandra Ramírez Penagos, Muhammad Saad, Omar Sheber, Gege Wan, and Fermín Zúñiga Pozas. Congratulations, you all.
Muchas gracias, Marta. Como cada año, esta ceremonia de graduación también quiere destacar la labor académica desempeñada por los alumnos de los másters impartidos en el ZLC, a través de la entrega de placas a modo de reconocimiento. Comenzamos con el máster en Dirección de Supply Chain.
Pues gracias, Sira. Comenzamos por el reconocimiento al mejor expediente académico. Y en esta promoción 2019-2020, este honor le corresponde a Ana Martín Tesán. Enhorabuena, Ana. Procedemos también a continuación a reconocer el mejor trabajo final de máster. En este caso, el premio corresponde al trabajo titulado Estudio de la cadena de suministro de proveedores en Turquía, elaborado por Cristian Pina, Pedro Navarro y Jorge Díaz. Enhorabuena a los tres.
And now the much awaited awards. The Best Academic Achievement Award, which this year goes to Jorge Ros. Congratulations, Jorge. And the Outstanding Thesis Award, decision taken by a panel of experts from industry and academia, this year goes to Gala Priscila Andrade Avelar and María Fernanda Barragán Guadalupe. Congratulations, ladies. Good luck, class of 2020. We hope to see you back in Zaragoza, now as an alumni, in no time.
Mi más sincera enhorabuena a los premiados y también a todos los estudiantes ahora ya graduados de Zaragoza Logistics Center. Además, este año contamos con la graduación de una de nuestras doctorandos, cuyo diploma será entregado por el director del programa de doctorado, YCosta.
Dear ZLC students, dear ZLC colleagues, city and UC authorities, it is with honor and this sense of happiness that I'm announcing today a new successful PhD recipient for our distinguished PhD study program in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. In the past academic year, Ms. Beatriz Acero Lopez successfully defended her PhD thesis entitled Supply Chain Resilience, Antecedents, and Drivers in Global Competitions. Beatriz Acero Lopez initiates her bachelor studies of Erasmus Exchange Program at the University of Leeds. Later, Ms. Lopez finalized her master's degree in civil engineering at University Castilla de León. Within Ms. Lopez's professional experience can be seen very important job responsibilities. She has served as contract manager for a leading Spanish contracting firm, working also for the International Contracting Department in Miami and New York City. With respect to Ms. Lopez's PhD project, the thesis document was accessed by very distinguished and prestigious international academics. Professor Rocío Benítez from the University of Pablo Olavides, Seville, Spain, Professor Desiree Nopton from EADA Business School in Barcelona, Spain, and Professor Alan Makino from CUNY Logistics University, Hamburg, Germany. According to this prestigious scientific committee, the PhD thesis of Ms. Lopez make a relevant contribution to the field of operations and supply chain management by generating new insights related to supply chain risk management, resilience, and in particularly synchromodality. Ms. Lopez's research approach combined conceptual and empirical methodologies which relied on broad database, both qualitative and quantitative, and collected at different points in time. Derived from Ms. Lopez's thesis project, important results can be highlighted. First, our PhD graduate received the International Award recognition given by the University of Zaragoza. This is a high distinction granted to the PhD students with outstanding performance in terms of international research days. In our case of our PhD student, she took courses in Harvard and MIT with excellent performance. But also, Ms. Lopez's thesis received excellent evaluation from the scientific community. At second place, our PhD recipient published a paper about supply chain resilience in the very distinguished journal called Business Horizons. This is a very distinguished journal from the GCR list Web of Science. Last but not least, our PhD student and graduate has participated in one of the most prestigious conferences that the doctoral student might visit, the Academy of Management Annual Conference. Finally, as a director of this PhD program, I would like to congratulate our PhD graduate, Beatriz Acero Lopez. And finally, I would like to wish her the very best in her professional life. Make us proud, continue with your great performance and professionalism. Congratulations.
Muchas gracias, Yasel, y enhorabuena a la ya doctora Beatriz Acero. Continuamos la ceremonia con la intervención de Francisco Serón, vicerrector de Prospectiva, Sostenibilidad e Infraestructura de la Universidad de Zaragoza.
En nombre del rector de la Universidad de Zaragoza, empezaré dándoles la bienvenida a esta, vuestra casa, a la consejera de Ciencia, Universidad y Sociedad del Conocimiento y presidenta del patronato de la Fundación Zaragoza Logistics Center, al ponente de honor, señor GBurger, cuya presencia nos es muy grata. I am therefore very pleased about Mr. Burger's presence, the speaker of honor. Al doctor Joseph Sheffy, director del Centro para el Transporte y la Logística del MIT, sea nuevamente bienvenido entre nosotros. PhD Sheffy, be welcome again. A la directora Susana Val y a todo su equipo de profesores y administradores. En particular, permítanme la licencia de saludar al profesor Alejandro Serrano Valenzuela, del que puedo presumir que fue alumno mío durante su carrera y al que tuve el honor de dirigir su proyecto fin de carrera en marzo de 1994 y obtuvo una nota de sobresaliente 10, como no podía ser menos en él. Ilustres autoridades políticas y militares, eminentes empresarios, familiares, amigos y no por ser los últimos, los menos importantes, nuestros queridos estudiantes, nuestra razón de ser. Cuando el rector me invitó a estar entre todos ustedes, me fui a la página web para entender mejor dónde me enviaban y leí lo siguiente. Zaragoza Logistics Center es un instituto de investigación y formación afiliado al Instituto Tecnológico de Massachusetts, a la Universidad de Zaragoza y está especializado en logística y gestión de la cadena de suministro. Zaragoza Logistics Center es el centro español de la red MIT Global Scale, una alianza internacional de 6 centros líderes dedicados al desarrollo de la excelencia en el ámbito de la cadena de suministro a través de la innovación. Imparte formación teórica y práctica, másteres, formación ejecutiva con un elevado nivel de exigencia. Realiza investigación y tiene programas de doctorado. Y luego hay un conjunto de datos relevantes que permítanme que los vuelva a comentar. Ya tiene 2.500 antiguos alumnos de 60 países. Es la primera entidad con el mayor número de proyectos europeos en logística de España. Tiene más de 150 proyectos colaborativos en I+D, 350 socios en proyectos de investigación, etcétera, etcétera. Sin duda, un centro universitario importante cuyo éxito depende de los apoyos colaborativos entre el Gobierno de Aragón, el MIT y la Universidad de Zaragoza. Es este tipo de centros que cumplen con el consejo que el empresario autor americano Jim Rohn daba a los estudiantes. No te unas a grupos fáciles, no te harán crecer. Ve a donde sean altas las exigencias y las expectativas de trabajo. Y por lo que veo, ustedes han seguido ese consejo. Quiero hacer solo 2 comentarios dirigidos a los alumnos. Primero, la experiencia del impacto en su proceso de formación durante el periodo asociado a la enfermedad COVID-19 será algo que contarán a sus nietos. Deseo que tan solo haya sido una anécdota en sus vidas. Y segundo, les va a tocar convivir con las máquinas que utilizan y utilizarán algoritmos del área del conocimiento humano denominada inteligencia artificial. Ante esta revolución hay 2 planteamientos. Pensar que lo importante son las ideas y que las máquinas son secundarias, y pensar que las máquinas poco a poco irán haciéndose con el mercado y que los humanos iremos siendo desplazados. Déjenme que les diga que ninguna de las dos ideas son correctas. El Homo sapiens y el desarrollo de artefactos han ido indisolublemente unidos desde el principio con el objetivo de suplir nuestras deficiencias inicialmente mecánicas y actualmente cognitivas. Formen cada uno de ustedes con las máquinas inteligentes que los rodeen tándems que sean difíciles de vencer. Enhorabuena a todos y recuerden, pasado pisado, presente de frente y futuro sin apuro. Enhorabuena a todos los que hoy en día se gradúan. Muchas gracias.
Muchísimas gracias, Francisco Serón, vicerrector de Prospectiva, Sostenibilidad e Infraestructura de la Universidad de Zaragoza. Tal y como viene siendo habitual en la ceremonia de graduación de los estudiantes de ZLC, contamos hoy con la presencia del profesor Yossi Sefi, director del Centro para el Transporte y la Logística del Instituto Tecnológico de Massachusetts. So now let me hand it over to Professor Sefi. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody, and congratulations. I'm Yossi Sefi. I'm the director of the MIT Center for Transportation Logistics and the director of the Scale Network. So I would like to welcome all of you as alumni of the Scale Network, alumni of the network that we created of centers around the world. You have several unique distinctions. You are probably the last group that came to MIT under normal circumstances. We don't know what will happen in January 2021, and we don't know what will happen afterwards. MIT is getting to be a very strange place with everybody in masks and distancing and all of this. But there's very good news for you. Throughout the last 3 months, the whole world understood the importance of supply chain management. Suddenly, the term supply chain is mentioned in every news article, in every TV program, and people understand finally how important it is and how much it drives the world. Not only in food, in medical supplies, but every other element that people need is brought about by intricate and designed supply chain. This thing, this impression and this reputation of supply chain management is here to stay. This supply chain management used to be just a cost center. People design some product and say, okay, let's just make the supply chain folks ensure that the cost is low and it comes to the market. Right now, people understand that companies totally depend on their supply chain management, and it has to be designed with certain principles. One of the principles now is, of course, risk management and resilience, something that some of you may know I've been writing about for a long time. Anyway, congratulations again. It's a great time to come into the profession, and I wish all of you good luck and keep well, particularly keep safe and keep well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for your kind words, Professor Sefi. One thing has become clear, and is that supply chain management has a key role to play in this current situation. Muchísimas gracias, Profesor Sefi, director del Centro para el Transporte y la Logística del Instituto Tecnológico de Massachusetts. Esta ceremonia de graduación está a punto de concluir, pero antes vamos a dar paso al discurso de clausura que va a correr cargo de la consejera de Ciencia, Universidad y Sociedad del Conocimiento del Gobierno de Aragón, Maru Díaz.
Buenas tardes a todos y todas. Es un placer para mí estar en esta graduación que la realidad nos obliga a reinventar, a innovar y a hacerla distinta, aunque sea de manera telemática. Pero me alegra poder estar hoy aquí con todos vosotros. Estoy segura que ni el profesorado ni el alumnado, cuando empezasteis el curso en el 19-20, imaginabais ni por lo más remoto que tendríamos que acabarlo así, y tendríamos que graduarnos en estos términos. Yo tampoco. Como consejera de ciencia no pensé que el primer año de mi mandato tendría que ser así, pero la realidad se impone y nos exige tener que afrontar una situación extraordinaria, vivir una pandemia mundial en primera fila. Estoy segura además que esta situación nos ha puesto a prueba como sociedad y que nos ha obligado a innovar, nos va a obligar a repensarnos y a adentrarnos en un nuevo paradigma que necesitará de nuevas respuestas. Hay unas palabras muy célebres de Charles Darwin que dice que no es la especie más fuerte la que sobrevive, ni la más inteligente, sino la que mejor responde a los cambios. Y creo que en un momento como este tenemos que grabarnos a fuego esta cuestión. Hoy aquí estamos para celebrar que en medio de todo lo singular de la pandemia hay cosas que siguen saliendo bien y que siguen saliendo a tiempo y siguen estando como siempre. Estamos aquí para acompañar y he estado aquí para acompañaros en esta atípica graduación del alumnado de la 19ª promoción del Máster en Dirección de Supply Chain, la 16ª promoción del MIT Zaragoza Master of Engineering in Logistics and Supply Chain Management y la 3ª del MIT Zaragoza Blending Master of Engineering in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Enhorabuena a todos vosotros y vosotras por vuestro esfuerzo, por haber sido un año singular, pero haber llegado hasta aquí, hasta el final. Además de esta situación excepcional, no quiero que pase por alto las cosas buenas que han tenido este año, que también han traído novedades, pero en este caso positivo para Zaragoza Logistics Center, como ha sido el lanzamiento del nuevo programa de colaboración con el Centro SCAL en Malasia. Un nuevo programa de colaboración que fue creado en acuerdo con el prestigioso Instituto Tecnológico de Massachusetts, el Zaragoza Logistics Center y el Instituto de Malasia para la Innovación de la Cadena de Suministros. Este tipo de alianzas y de acuerdos entre centros de investigación y de educación de vanguardia dedicados al desarrollo y difusión de la innovación global en la cadena de suministros y la logística nos colocan a esta pequeña región de Europa, Aragón y a Zaragoza, a la vanguardia y en el mapa de, de la política y de la gestión internacional. No solo por esto, sino también el Zaragoza Logistics Center ha tenido cambios en este año positivos, como su participación en el proyecto europeo para coordinar, como coordinador, que van a coordinar ese proyecto europeo que se va a desarrollar en 6 ciudades. Un proyecto piloto, que supongo que sabrán del que estoy hablando, que es el proyecto Sprout, y que su objetivo es poner a las ciudades en el centro de la transición hacia una movilidad urbana. Cuando pensé qué tipo de discurso dar en una graduación como esta, antes de que sucediera la pandemia, probablemente parte de nuestro debate hubiera sido esto. Los nuevos tiempos climáticos, el nuevo consumo energético nos exigían. Hasta hace unos meses nos apremiaban a tener que pensar la movilidad tanto de mercancías como de pasajeros como uno de los grandes debates a afrontar y como uno de los espacios donde la innovación tenía que hacer un fuerte trabajo hacia la transición y el cambio. Hoy en día parece extraño después de lo que ha pasado hablar de esto, pero estoy segura que con la vuelta a la normalidad volverán a aparecer estas preguntas y esta necesidad de cambios de paradigma. Y me alegra que conjuntamente con la investigación que están haciendo otros espacios como Itanova o el proyecto Mobility City, también Zaragoza Logistics Center coordine y lidere preguntas y respuestas en torno a esta problemática tan crucial. Sin más, termino ya dando la enhorabuena de nuevo a todos los alumnos y alumnas por haber llegado hasta aquí, por haber tenido un año complejo, pero por haberlo podido cursar en las mejores, en las mejores circunstancias que nos permitía la situación tan difícil. Espero que todo lo que habéis recibido hasta aquí sea útil. También espero que sea inspirador en vuestro futuro y que se os quede en algún rinconcito de vuestra memoria la etapa vivida aquí en el Zaragoza Logistics Center y la recordéis con cariño. También quiero agradecer y dar las gracias al Zaragoza Logistics Center y a todo su equipo por el esfuerzo para acabar el curso, para darlo en las mejores condiciones y también para innovar, ¿por qué no?, haciendo esta graduación atípica pero exitosa. Muchas gracias a todos y espero de verdad que la próxima vez que podamos vernos sea en persona y de una forma más cercana.
Muchísimas gracias, consejera Maru Díaz, por sus palabras, presidenta además de la Fundación Zaragoza Logistics Center. Llegamos ahora sí al final de la ceremonia. Mi más sincera enhorabuena a todos los recién graduados de ZLC por todo el esfuerzo realizado. Este año, lamentablemente, no vamos a poder tomar esa clásica fotografía de grupo, por lo que nos gustaría cerrar esta ceremonia con una selección de fotos de lo que ha sido su experiencia en ZLC. Gracias a todos los que habéis compartido con nosotros esta tarde tan especial desde vuestras casas y hasta el año que viene.